Breaking news that is about to blow up the entire landscape of the WWE. Now, Drew McIntyre has allegedly purchased the WWE title, the WWE Championship. And no, I'm not talking about purchasing it on WWEshop.com or getting it off a friend or a girlfriend or a family member. He has actually purchased the WWE title in what insiders are calling the most controversial move in modern wrestling history. Now, this is a callback to when the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase had some controversy over the WWE title, Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan on Saturday night's main event. But this viewers, is mixing it up in a whole nother way. After being screwed over and over again, Drew McIntyre, robbed, screwed, multiple title wins over the past year. Sources close to the situation claim that Drew went nuclear and bought his way to the absolute top, the cream of the crop. And if you want more videos like this, remember to subscribe, click the bell, turn on all notifications, and most importantly, become a channel member today. Because apparently earning it the old-fashioned way wasn't working out so well for Drew McIntyre. And honestly, can you blame him, viewers? Now, this is Sean's View Entertainment, where we're going to break down the entire story, from the screw jobs that led to this moment, to the backstage chaos happening right now, to what this means for the future of WWE. Spoiler alert, viewers, it's messy. Like WWE creative meetings after 3 Red Bulls messy. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's set the stage here, viewers. Drew McIntyre has been screwed over more times in the past 12 months than any main event roster talent in recent WWE history and recent memory. And I'm not talking about clean losses. I'm talking about blatant screw jobs that would make Bret Hart say, damn, that's rough. And at that point, Drew getting screwed so often should be charging WWE a subscription fee. Drew has been screwed more times than IKEA furniture assemblies. And just like IKEA furniture, nobody knows how this is supposed to work anymore. Drew shouldn't support a group for wrestlers, or should I say Drew should start a support group for wrestlers who've been deemed screwed by WWE. They'd need a stadium if they were going to do something quite like that. I can assure you of that right now. Now, Drew McIntyre, many would say, had Cody Rhodes beaten last night on Saturday night's main event. The ref was down. Drew hit the Claymore, and just as he was about to win the WWE title, well, we saw what happened. I don't think we have to go over what happened at Saturday night's main event. There was a ref bump. There was a ref down. Cody Rhodes could have lost this match via disqualification or count out. Not only could have Cody Rhodes lost this match, but he could have lost the WWE title via count out or disqualification. Now, some would say the way that this happened was Cody Rhodes drilled Drew McIntyre onto the WWE Championship, which would have caused the disqualification, which means Drew McIntyre is the brand new WWE Champion. But that's not what happened now, is it? That's not exactly what went down. Now, let's get more into this. WWE's official statement, and this is about as sarcastic as I can give it to you. Unfortunate circumstances. Yeah, unfortunate circumstances. That's corporate speak for we screwed you on purpose, but we're not going to admit it. Shocking. Absolutely shocking, I know. And I'm sure nobody saw that coming. WWE saw those complaints and went, new phone? Who's this? Then comes Saturday night's main event on November the 1st, 2025, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship again. Again, how many times are we going to see this? The reversal of roles, the rematches, the same ending, the same screw job. And we saw the same result happen last night. And what happens? The referee gets knocked down at the perfect moment, allowing Cody Rhodes to use illegal tactics. But again, had the referee seen this, it would have been a whole completely set of different circumstances. What are the odds, right? I mean, refs getting knocked down at exactly the right time in WWE? Nah, that never happens. It's not like this has been WWE's go-to-finish for the last 30 years or anything. Drew kicks out, fights back, but the damage is done. Cody Rhodes reveals and retains that he is still the WWE Champion as the bell rings to signify the end of the match. Is this going to be the end of the career of Drew McIntyre, or is it going to be the rejuvenation? Is it going to be the revitalization with what Drew McIntyre is planning to do? Remember to become a channel member today if you want more videos like this. Remember to comment, like. At this point, Drew's probably wondering if WWE refs are made of tissue paper or if they're just really committed to the bit. Like, do they practice falling down? Is there a class for this? Referee Academy, how to get knocked out 101. Drew posts a cryptic message after the match about blasted officiating, or should I say, well, he's going to blast it, but it's also biased officiating and the system being absolutely rigged. At the time, we thought he was just venting. Turns out, Drew McIntyre wasn't just venting, he was absolutely planning the orchestration, viewers. Who knew Drew was playing 40 chess while we were all playing checkers? Actually, scratch that. Drew's playing Monopoly while everyone else is playing Candyland, it would appear. But it doesn't stop there, viewers. It does not stop there, the crucialness. Over the past year, Drew has been screwed out of title opportunities by interference from the Bloodline. Because of the course, the Bloodline interferes in everything. I'm surprised they haven't interfered in my grocery shopping yet. Dusty finishes where he clearly won, but the decision was reversed. Classic WWE booking right there. Take that as you will, viewers, but tale as old as time, song as old as a rhyme. Backstage politics keeping him out of premium live event spots, main events. Nothing suspicious about that. Nothing at all. Just a coincidence. Sure. And let's not forget about the time that he was removed from a championship match just 24 hours before the show with zero explanation for the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. But what was WWE's reasoning? Creative has nothing for you. Translation, we forgot you existed until about 5 minutes ago. Classic WWE memory span right there. It's like TikTok, you know? It's like squirrel, you know? It's like the short-term memory thing going on. The attention span, it's just not there. Luckily for WWE, that's a good thing. WWE fans have been screaming about this for months. The hashtag Drew Deserves Better was trending 3 separate times just this year. And if you look on YouTube right now, Cody Rhodes winning last night, the YouTube video that was put up by the WWE's cracked spot team, it got a lot of down likes. It got a lot of boos. It got a lot of negativity to that video last night with Cody Rhodes defeating Drew McIntyre with the WWE title on the line. But again, Drew deserves better. He was trending 3 separate times this time last year, and even this year. But then, how does the WWE respond to the reaction? How does the WWE respond to the fans? How does the WWE respond to social media? Silence. Absolute crickets, viewers. WWE saw those tweets and went, new phone, who dis? So here's where it gets interesting, viewers. Here's where it gets interesting. According to those close to Drew, and I'm talking about people who have direct knowledge of backstage controversies, Drew reached his breaking point following Saturday night's main event last night. He allegedly went to WWE management and said the following: if you don't give me a fair shot, I'll buy my way to the top. And that is exactly what Drew McIntyre did or will do. Which, honestly, big brain move. Can't get screwed in a match if you skip the match entirely. Modern problems require modern solutions. Drew is out here playing the system like a pro. Which brings us to the bombshell that dropped later on. And it's a bombshell that you are going to want to tune in and stay tuned to this video. I can assure you of that right now. The secret purchase by Drew McIntyre, which nobody saw coming. I mean, the fact that he had to go all the way back to 1988 just shows you the mind of Drew McIntyre, shows you the creativeness of Drew McIntyre. Multiple sources are now reporting that Drew McIntyre secretly negotiated a deal to purchase the WWE Championship. You know, like you buy a car or a house, except it's a wrestling championship. Totally normal, nothing weird about that, just another Tuesday in WWE. Or a Saturday, or a Sunday, whatever day and ends in Y, right? And before you say that's impossible, let me explain how this could actually work. In WWE storyline terms, here's the angle. Drew allegedly approached a high-ranking WWE executive. Some reports say Nick Khan, others say Triple H himself, and offered a massive sum of money to secure a guaranteed championship win at the next premium live event. Think about it like this, viewers. WWE is indeed a publicly traded company. They care about revenue, sponsorships, and shareholder value. That much is true. They care about the money more than they care about, well, literally anything else, including logic, continuity, or fan satisfaction, or basic storytelling, or physics. If Drew McIntyre, one of the most over babyfaces on the roster, or used to be, actually they're still cheering for him now, even as a bad guy, offers to pay for a championship run that guarantees sold-out shows and massive merchandise sales, why wouldn't WWE take the deal? They'd sell their own mothers for a good quarterly earnings report. WWE saw his Drew bank account and said, you know what? We'll allow it. Now, we don't have exact figures, but insiders are estimating Drew's offer was somewhere in the $5 to $10 million range to buy the WWE Championship, the richest prize in the industry, which, for context, is about what WWE spends on pyro for one WrestleMania. And that's a WrestleMania entrance. Zelina Vega undergoes a WWE name change. Oh, that just breaking news as I'm doing this video, guys. Zelina Vega has undergone a WWE name change. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Again, this is why we do multiple videos a day. This is why you got to subscribe, click the bell, and set a reminder, guys. Now's the time to set a reminder on your cell phone, your watch, your iPad, your TV, whatever device. Set a reminder what Sean view hourly around the clock, because I will never stop for each and every one of you. But let's continue on. I digress. Again, which for a context is about what WWE spends on pyro for one WrestleMania entrance. So really, it's a bargain. $5 to $10 million. That's like, well, what Saudi Arabia shows for WWE. Pocket change. Again, 3 Saudi Arabia shows for WWE. That's what that amounts to. Upfront payment for the championship win. Guaranteed merchandise revenue share. Sponsorship deals tied to his title reign. And a clause that ensures Drew McIntyre will get a minimum 6-month run as champion. For context, WWE's annual revenue is over $1.3 billion. A $5 to $10 million investment in a Drew McIntyre championship run? That's a drop in the bucket. That's what Vince McMahon used to spend on steak wraps in a month, actually probably in a week. But here's where it gets really wild, viewers. I told you I was going to bring you on a wild ride. Some fans are speculating that WWE wanted Drew to make the offer, that the repeated screw jobs were intentional, designed to push Drew to the point where he would do something so desperate like buy the WWE title. WWE creates a storyline where their top babyface is constantly screwed over, builds massive sympathy with the audience, and then reveals that he bought the championship out of frustration. It's like WWE watched The Prestige and thought, yeah, we can do that, but make it dumber. The conspiracy theory has more layers than a Shrek meme. That's nuclear heat for whoever opposes him, and it makes Drew the ultimate underdog turned rebel. Or, WWE just books things randomly where we're all reading way too much into it. That's also possible. WWE playing 4D chess, more like WWE playing checkers and accidentally knocking over the board. If WWE actually planned this, or, WWE just books things randomly, we're all reading this way too much into it. If WWE, and again, we're going to go over this, guys, because if WWE planned this, it's the first time they've planned anything successfully in 5 years, and that's why I had to go over and say it again. Wrestlers are split into 3 camps. Backstage, this has reportedly caused chaos. Camp 1 says Drew earned this. He's been screwed too many times. If buying the title is what it takes, good for him. Camp 2 says this sets a dangerous precedent. If Drew can buy the WWE title, what stops Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes from doing the same damn thing? Camp 3 says, wait, we can buy championships now? Why didn't anyone tell me? I've got a Venmo. Does WWE take PayPal, Apple Pay, Cash App? Do they have a payment plan? The locker room is more divided than a political Thanksgiving dinner. Some wrestlers are mad that Drew bought the title. Others are mad they didn't think of it first. But viewers, here is the kicker. Some wrestlers are allegedly threatening to walk if WWE allows this deal to actually go through. We're talking about potential contract disputes, locker room tension, and a full-blown backstage war. So basically a normal Saturday or Sunday in WWE. Wrestlers threatening to walk out in this economy? Yeah, okay, good luck with that. Okay, so let's assume that this angle is real. Or at least WWE is running with it as a storyline. What does this mean for the product? Well, beyond the obvious chaos, lawsuits, and Twitter meltdowns, let's break it down. If Drew purchases the WWE Championship and wins it at the next premium live event, he instantly becomes the biggest heel in the company. Well, we all know Survivor Series is coming up. We all know Survivor Series is War Games, and we all know it's about surviving and thriving. Fans will turn on him for buying his way to the top instead of earning it, which is hilarious because half the roster got their push by being related to The Rock or marrying into the McMahon family. But Drew's the problem? Sure. Jan, make total sense. Cody Rhodes or CM Punk could position themselves as the true champion who'll take the title back the right way. This would be a massive character shift for Drew, but it could work. He's proven that he can play both the babyface and a heel at a very elite level. Unlike some people on the roster who can barely play one character convincingly, not naming any names, but you know who they are. We all know who they are. Or think this is more like the scenario. This is more likely the scenario, viewers. Drew remains the babyface or becomes a babyface by framing the purchase as fighting fire with fire. He cut a promo saying, WWE screwed me out of the title I earned, so I took matters into my own hands. If the system is rigged, I'll rig it back. Fans would eat that up. It's the ultimate anti-authority storyline, and it positions Drew as the working-class hero who refused to be held down by corporate WWE. You know, the same corporate WWE that's been selling us anti-authority storylines for 25 years while being the most corporate wrestling company on earth. The irony is the irony here, guys, is a chef's kiss. Absolutely beautiful. Now, if this is a shoot and not just a storyline, meaning Drew actually negotiated some kind of financial deal with WWE for a guaranteed run for the title, well, that changes everything. WWE is willing to blur the lines between kayfabe and reality more now than ever before. Which, let's be honest, they have been doing that since the Attitude Era. But now they're just being obvious about it. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Top stars could stop negotiating championship runs as part of their contracts. So basically, WWE becomes even more like a scripted TV show and less like a sport. Groundbreaking, revolutionary. Nobody saw that coming. The sport aspect of WWE becomes even more obviously scripted, which could then turn off hardcore fans. The same hardcore fans who have been watching grown men pretend fight in their underwear for decades and just now realize it is scripted. Where have you been? But it could also draw in massive mainstream attention, similar to what CM Punk's pipe bomb or the Montreal Screwjob or the Austin era in the Attitude Era. Nothing says mainstream attention like a convoluted wrestling storyline that requires a PhD in WWE history to understand. Casual fans are going to love this. So what's next, viewers? After all this one is cleared, what are we hearing? Well, number one, Drew is scheduled for a major announcement on Raw, which means he'll either cut a 10-minute promo explaining everything or WWE will forget about the storyline entirely by next week. 50-50 odds. I'm not even joking. Number two, WWE Creative is reportedly writing multiple versions of how this all plays out, depending on how the crowd reacts. So they're doing what they always do, making it up as they go and hoping nobody notices the plot holes. WWE Creative playing it by ear? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Number three, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins are all being positioned as potential opponents if Drew wins the title. But we all know CM Punk is already the brand new World Heavyweight Champion following Saturday night's main event last night. And here is the big one, viewers. Here is the big one. Triple H is allegedly planning a live response to Drew's actions, whether that's supporting him or condemning him. We don't know yet, but it's happening. But we want your predictions. We want your answers. We want your comments, because without you, there is no show and view. My prediction, Triple H will give a vague, non-committal response that somehow makes the storyline more confusing. It's the WWE way. Triple H is going to come out, do the serious face, and say absolutely nothing of substance. Classic Triple H's response will be, what's best for business, which is code for, I don't know either. Betting odds, Triple H pointing at the WrestleMania sign and walking away. Plenty high. I'd put money on it. Look, when you think Drew is justified, whether you think Drew McIntyre is justified or you think he's selling out, this is the most talked about storyline in the WWE right now, for better or worse. And honestly, I think the WWE needs this, or they will need it. They needed something that makes people argue, debate, and pick sides. That's what creates buzz. That's what sells tickets. Because God knows the actual wrestling wasn't going to do it. The in-ring action sure wasn't going to get people talking. Drop a comment right now and tell me, is Drew McIntyre justified in buying the WWE title after being screwed so many times? Or is this the worst thing that a top superstar could do? I want to hear your talk and your take, because this fan base is split right down the middle. Half you think that Drew's a genius. The other half thinks he's ruining wrestling. And both sides are furious with each other. It's beautiful chaos. I'm here for it. And if you're not subscribed yet, viewers, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're covering this story every single day as it changes, as it develops. New updates, backstage rumors, and breaking news. You will get it here first. Of course, you'll get a lot more than that, guys. You'll get rumors and news backstage about Raw, SmackDown, your favorite superstars, your favorite talent, WWE officials. We're here to break it all. Smash that like button if you think Drew McIntyre deserves better, or if you just enjoy watching WWE implode on itself. Either way, hit that button, hit that hype button, and remember to donate below with a super thanks donation. It's so important to become a channel member today. Especially that one friend who still thinks that wrestling is absolutely legitimate. They're going to lose their mind over this. This is going to break their brain. And coming up tomorrow, viewers, we're breaking down Triple H's real reaction to the situation, plus the 5 wrestlers who are threatening to walk out if WWE does allow this angle, this deal, this storyline to go through. This is Sean's View Entertainment, and I will see you in the next one. Assuming WWE doesn't scrap this entire storyline by tomorrow morning, which, let's be honest, is a very real possibility. I give it 72 hours before they forget that this ever happened. Subscribe.